Hi, welcome back to the channel Tarot Yogi. I'm Vinit. I read tarot intuitively, and today we're doing another timeless pickacard reading on what makes you hot and irresistible. So we have 3 piles to choose from. Pile number 1, we have the Gustave Doré tarot. Pile number 2, we have Tarot in Wonderland. And pile number 3, we have Tarot of the Divine Masculine. So take a minute, see what pile is being called to you intuitively. The description box below will have the timestamp for your pile. And again, remember, it's a general reading. Take what resonates, leave the rest. And if you would like to reach out for a private reading, my email ID and my Instagram handle are given in the description box below, so you can definitely reach out on my email or my Instagram for a private reading if you like. And please like the video, share, subscribe, comment, and I'll see you guys in your reading. Thank you. Hello, pile number 1. If you chose the Gustave Doré tarot, this is going to be your reading on what makes you hot and irresistible. So we're asking spirit, angels, ancestors, ascended masters, star family today, what makes pile number 1 really hot and irresistible here? Angels, ancestors, spirit guides, ascended masters, star family, help me tap into what makes pile number 1 highly attractive and irresistible. What makes pile number 1 hot? What makes pile number 1 hot, spirit? Clear, concise messages. Thank you. Help me tap into what makes pile number 1 really irresistible and hot. Okay, so we have Knight of Swords, Temperance, Chariot, 9 of Wands, 3 of Cups, Hierophant and High Priestess, Hermit and Knight of Wands. So first things first, pile number 1, what I'm really getting here is what makes you hot is you have a certain amount of mystique around you. And I think this is a lot to do with, I feel a lot of y'all in pile number 1 are some kind of psychics, mediums, or you definitely have some mediumship abilities, or I feel a lot of y'all are witches, wizards. You practice magic of some kind, but it is your darkness. It is your darkness that really makes you hot and irresistible here. You almost leave a taste in people's mouth of people wanting more. People always want to know more about you and more from you. And what I'm also sensing here is people love being around you. You naturally have a very healing light, and I think you're very, I feel majorly I'm picking up like really introverted energy, but I don't think you're shy here, pile number 1, but you know whom to share how much of yourself with, and that makes you very irresistible and hot to people who are really into you here. And on surface level, people see you as someone who's a go-getter. People see you as someone who plans things out and is very decisive in their action. So you're not very indecisive when it comes to making plans for yourself or making choices for yourself. That may be difficult. And I don't think you stay you don't stay down for very long. And this is what makes you very attractive to people. And you always know how to temper a situation here. So I feel a lot of y'all in pile number 1s, you're some sort of mediators of some kind. You know how to read a room, and you know what to say when to whom, or you also have great skills and intelligence and conversation skills, so you know how to diffuse a situation. So people definitely rely on you, and that is something that makes you very, very hot, you know, like a 10 on 10 here. And like I was saying, you know, you don't stay stuck very, very long. I feel you've gone through a lot of horrible things here, pile number one. My heart really goes out to you, but I just want you to know that everything that you've sort of been through has just catapulted you into being the best version of yourself right now. So I feel a lot of y'all may be dealing with some sort of residual healing. So, you know, be patient and kind with yourself, and you know, complete your healing process, because I feel you're definitely moving towards a glow up. I feel a lot of y'all may have had a glow up recently, but you're just gonna glow up more is what I'm getting here. And like I was saying, you know, I'm picking up a very strong psychic energy here. You know, we have the High Priestess and the Hierophant and the Hermit. So, you know, y'all are like my witchy babes, my psychic dolls, and a lot of y'all like to be alone to introspect. And let me tell you, you taking time out for yourself and the sort of unavailability of you even makes people crazy. Like they just have to have you, you know, how, and despite all this, you maintain a very happy vibe about you, so to speak here. You know, we have the Three of Cups. So even if you're going through something, pile number one, you're not afraid of making fun of things. Even if you're going through something, I'm picking up you have a very beautiful dark sense of humor, and you can joke about some really dramatic things that have happened to you here. So you know, your sense of humor is another very, very, very attractive thing about you. People love that. And you also someone, pile number one, you take the time if something bad has happened to you. You know, when you take a loss, you take your time to recuperate, and that's just the best thing to do here, you know. And I'm also sensing that, you know, you're very, very divinely guided and protected here, you know. You're being given guidance at all times, even when you don't see it, you know. But I feel a lot of y'all may be seeing a lot of synchronicity, so pay attention to that. You know, your angels, your ancestors, spirit guides, they're very, very close to you. And I feel a lot of y'all here are also great communicators, or if you're not, you're meant to be a great communicator here, because you have the resilience. Your resilience is what makes you really, really hot. You know, people see the resilience that you have, you know. I'm picking up very fixed sign energy. You know, you could be a Scorpio, Taurus, Aquarius, Leo, but you don't budge. Once you make up your mind about something, once you decide to defend your integrity, for example, there is no budging you, you know. And your enemies, they just have a rude awakening here, so to speak. And another very, very attractive and irresistible and hot thing about you is you alchemize and transmute your trauma. You almost understand why things have happened to you. And I feel a lot of y'all also help other people. I feel a lot of y'all are counselors of some kind, tarot readers, psychics, astrologers. I'm also getting palmistry here. Or I feel a lot of y'all are meant to write here eventually. I feel a lot of y'all have dreams of writing a book. So definitely do that, you know. But you have this beautiful understanding and depth about just the nature of reality and things, and you sort of understand your own darkness and you embrace it. You don't project your shadows onto other people, and that is why they cannot keep you stuck very, very long. You know, I feel you've had a lot of people betray you here in your past, but that has just added to your beauty instead of them having scarred you at all, you know. And yeah, we have two knights, right? We have Knight of Swords starting the reading, and we have Knight of Wands. So it doesn't matter if you're a male or a female, you know, you have a very masculine, you have a very divine sort of masculine way about going about things, you know. You're like a conqueror, you know. You're definitely on conquest here, and you're very serious when it's about work, but you also know how to party when, you know, when you really have the time for it. But I definitely see you as someone who's very mature, you know. I feel a lot of y'all may even be young, but you have this great wisdom about you, you know. Even if you're not like a occult practitioner, tarot reader or whatever, you know, even if you have a very worldly job, the way about you, even if you have a corporate job, the way in which you go about doing your work is very divinely guided. You know, it's almost like, for example, if you didn't study for an exam, you would intuitively know what's going to come in the exam, so you basically study that much, and that always sort of happens. You know, I'm just giving an example here, and by that what I mean is you're very, very blessed and favored here. And even when you certainly take a loss, it's not really a loss, you know, in the long run. The setup was just meant to elevate you even higher than you truly are. But you definitely have people that look up to you, you know, even if you're not a leader, like officially, people come to you for advice, people come to you with their problems, and you always know the right thing to say to whom at the given time. You know, you almost become a channel, you know, so people really see that divinity about you, and they find that very, very hot and attractive about you. But I feel a lot of y'all love being alone. I feel a lot of y'all are my introspectives, my daydreamers, you know. So yeah, I totally get it. I feel a lot of people even have, a lot of people try to hit on you or have a crush on you or something, but half of them just think that you're a heartbreaker, and they shouldn't even try. They're sort of intimidated by your attractiveness and your irresistibility and your hotness. And yeah, and the people who try, they're just not always at par to what you want, you know. So I definitely see you have very, very high standards here, which is totally cool to have. You know, you should definitely have high standards for yourself. But yes, people definitely love being around you, even though you don't always like being around people. You know, people love being in your energy. You almost have a very healing vibe to you. And people, and despite having this beautiful softness to you, you know, when it comes down to, you know, getting down and getting dirty in the battlefield, like I was saying, you know, you're definitely someone who is not afraid of taking charge and just being a go-getter here. You know, nothing can truly stop you here. It's, you know, you're almost divinely guided and led here. And I feel a lot of y'all are maybe very tall, and people find that attractive about you, or you have great legs, you know. You also have very, very pretty eyes is what I'm getting here. But people love your strength. You know, if you're a guy, you know, you could be very muscular and tall, and you know, people definitely swoon over that here. And it's definitely a mysteriousness, you know. You definitely leave people's hearts wanting more. You know, it's almost like a sweet venom. You know, it slowly like trickles into people's mind, and they just want to know more about you, and they just don't always have access here because you're so busy doing your own thing, you know. So yeah, people find you very, 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 very attractive and very hot here by number one. We'll pull some oracle. What makes my number one? My hands are too tiny. What makes file number one very attractive? Okay, so we have Anima Mundi. I'll pull one more. One more card spell. Okay, I'll take this. Okay, so we have Anima Mundi and the Warrior card. So like I was saying, you know, you're definitely a go-getter, and I feel you've definitely had a lot of people betray you, backstab you, and just do the worst things they could find in the book, and they did it to you. And despite that, you know, you have sort of, you know, been the bigger person, and you know, you have just elevated even more than you already were. You know, I feel you've been in an environment where you've never really had equals. So you always sort of had to water yourself down and just settle down for like a bunch of losers. But I definitely see that you definitely have the right people coming in towards you, and you're going to meet your soul tribe and your soulmate as a reward of not giving up your integrity. You know, you see people, you have an ability to see people for who they are. You know, you definitely do get a lot of crown chakra downloads here. You know, you're very, very divine, and you're very, very blessed, and and your ability to see people for who they are, it honestly just makes your life easy, you know, because you're not the kind to be hung up or to be in your feelings when things are over, you know. You sort of grieve and you move on, and I think your future partners or your partner, you know, they find that very, very attractive and irresistible, almost intimidating, you know, about you. But it is your power, you know. You see everyone, you see yourself in everyone, and you see everyone in yourself, so to speak, here, you know. You understand that after everything's said and done, you know, we are all connected, and there's no real point about just being hung up on something or someone, you know. You have this very beautiful laid back energy. So yeah, people find that very, very attractive about you. Yeah, and just your ability to shed skin, you know. You definitely have the ability to shed skin and just keep it moving, and every time you shed skin, you just keep getting better and better, you know. You're definitely aging like fine wine here, pile number 1. Pull more oracle. What makes my pile number 1 fun? Okay, so I don't know these card names, but we have card number 10, card number 9, card number 42, and card number 20. So I feel a lot of y'all are good cooks over here. So people find the food you make really delicious and nourishing, and they definitely see you as the femme fatale. You know, it doesn't matter if you're a male or a female. You know, you have this very beautiful dark Lilith energy to you. You know, they see you like a deadly poisonous plant that they're not supposed to look at, but they want to look at, you know. So I feel a lot of couples around you may be a little insecure because, you know, especially if you're single, pile number 1, people don't want their partner to be near you because, you know, they see you sort of like a forbidden fruit, so to speak. And I think this is a sick witch card, and yeah, people definitely see you as a heartbreaker, you know. People are definitely sick to their stomach sometimes about you, you know, and I don't even think you're like that interested, you know. I think pile number 1, you're very much in your own world, you're very much in your own head, you know. You really don't care. Yeah, like I was saying, you know, people are definitely sick to their stomach, and you know, you're just so in your own head, you know. You live in your own beautiful world, and you don't even know that people are like, you know, getting sick over you, so to speak. People definitely want to sort of meet you alone in the woods, you know. And yeah, if you have social medias and things like that, and if you upload pictures, you know, people are definitely like thirsting over your thirst traps or something. Yeah, but you definitely have a lot of eyes on you, and I would say it's a great thing that, you know, you live in your own world, because, you know, I guess at the end of the day, you just need attention that truly matters, and, you know, the rest is just white noise, right? Pile number 1. Yeah, so that's all I have for pile number 1. Again, this is a general reading. Take what resonates, leave the rest. And if you like my style of reading, please like the video, share, subscribe, comment. And if you would like to reach out for a private reading, my email ID and my Instagram handle are given in the description box below, so you can definitely reach out for a private reading, and I'll see you guys in the next reading. Thank you. Hello, pile number 2. If you chose Tarot in Wonderland, this is going to be your reading on what makes you hot and irresistible. So we are asking angels, ancestors, and guides today, what makes my pile number 2s attractive? What makes my pile number 2s hot and irresistible? What makes my pile number 2s hot and twin cards? What makes my pile number 2 hot, attractive, and irresistible here? Okay, so we have Three of Cups, Nine of Swords, the Moon, Three of Pentacles, the Star, Two of Swords, Judgment, Two of Wands, Five of Swords, Page of Cups, and Ten of Pentacles. So what I'm getting here, pile number 2, is a lot of people are losing sleep over you. You know, people definitely see you as a heartbreaker, so to speak. You know, I feel you have a lot of eyes on you, because I feel a lot of y'all in pile number 2, I feel a lot of y'all are like the star, you know. I feel a lot of y'all are in the public eye in some way. I feel a lot of y'all may have YouTube channels, or, you know, I'm picking up singers, actors, something along those lines, you know. So you very much have a public presence about you, and your public presence makes you very, very attractive to your suitors here. You know, people definitely want to party with you, people definitely want to celebrate with you, and people see you as someone who's very, very mysterious, you know. It's almost like you only let on how much you want people to know. You know, you don't give out a lot of information that you don't feel is necessary. You know, it's almost, and I don't think you do it on purpose, but you do have an understanding that less is more, you know, pile number 2. That's what I'm getting here with the Moon card. You know, you're definitely someone who understands that less is more, and people find you very, very attractive, hot, and irresistible, because they see that, you know, despite you being the star, despite other people putting you on a pedestal, you're very humble, you're very down to earth. You know, you're great at collaborating. You're really good in a team. You know, you can very much shine on your own, but you can even shine in a team, you know, and this makes you very, very hot and irresistible to people. You know, people are definitely in their minds about you. You know, people definitely are in their feelings about you here, pile number 2. So I don't know what you're doing, but it's working. And people definitely see you as someone who's a planner. People see you as someone who has goals, who has ambitions, and your ambitions is what makes you very, very hot here, pile number 2. So don't ever feel that you're overreaching. You're never overreaching, you know. The sky is the limit here for you, you know, and that's what I'm getting here with the star card, you know, as above, so below. So and you definitely have this star quality. You're very unique. It's almost like, it's not almost, pile number 2, you're meant to be seen. I feel a lot of y'all feel like misfits. I feel a lot of y'all, you know, for example, if you're just going out to buy a book, you know, you don't want to be bothered, you just want to go buy a book, but, you know, you'll be stared at by everyone from your house to the bookstore, you know, in the bookstore, you know, and I feel a lot of y'all just want to go about minding your business, but it's almost like people can't help but look at you, you know, in public places. And even people notice this, you know, and that just makes you even hotter to people. People are definitely in their minds about you, you know, they don't know, like, what I'm getting here with the Two of Swords is, you know, I feel a lot of people want to, at least a lot of people imagine what it would be like being with you, especially if they have partners, you know, and it's almost like you've become like the forbidden fruit, so to speak. But, you know, and I think you're also very sharp with your words here. You know, you don't suffer fools easily, and people know not to mess with you, you know, and it's your communication and your wit that also makes you very, very hot and irresistible. And I feel a lot of y'all are great achievers. I feel a lot of y'all have paid attention to your calling, and if you haven't already made a lot of money, you're definitely on your way. You know, you're definitely going to come into great abundance. And despite all this, you're still a very family oriented person, and your suitors, you know, just see you as like the full package, pile number 2. And despite all this, you know, despite being this glorious overachiever, you know, with a lot of money, you know, you're just a small girl or a boy at the end of the day. You know, you have very dreamlike qualities. You know, you almost have qualities like Alice. You know, you are very curious. You want to, and I think a lot of y'all have always wanted to know how things work and why things are the way they are. So, you know, I'm picking up a lot of philosophical, existential energy here, you know, in your adolescence or even as a kid or a teenager, you know, and you're very much in touch with your inner child. You know, you're very happy. or at least you come off as someone who's very, very happy. You know, people definitely see that you have some sadness within you. You know, you're definitely hiding things on the other side of the moon here, so to speak. But despite all this, you know, when it comes to presenting yourself and projecting yourself, you know how to do it. It's almost like you're a great shapeshifter when it comes to, and not in a deceptive way, but just in a way to make it the most positive and happy experience for you and the other person involved with you. You know, so you're very considerate here is what I'm trying to say. And people find that irresistible on top of all the good looks and the overachievements that I feel a lot of y'all are doing here. You know, I feel a lot of y'all are meant to sort of pave your own path and walk your own way. You know, I feel a lot of y'all, even though y'all are great at collaborating and doing things like that, you're meant to shine bright and you're meant to shine alone, you know. And I am picking up, you know, I feel a lot of y'all may be lonely because you never understood why you got the hate that you did. But I think a lot of y'all are coming to a place of understanding that it was always a projection and insecurities of other people, and you were just being yourself, you know. And people who cannot be themselves, people who cannot own up to and be accountable for themselves, you know, your light irritates their demons for sure. So just keep shining bright. You know, you're literally like the source. You know, you are the source to the whole universe. You know, you definitely have it in you to light up the room here. And keep being in touch with your inner child. I think that is very, very important. You're very much guided here. You know, I feel a lot of y'all may be tarot readers, psychics, astrologers, but even if you're not, even if you have a very worldly job, you have a very instinctual way about maneuvering your way in the office here, for example. You know, even if you're a lawyer, you operate out of your gut instincts, and you always should, you know, or whatever you do here, you get the right hunches, and you get the gut feelings about things. Even if something bad is going to go down, and just look back and think, you know, you if you think about it, you always knew, you know. So Spirit is really saying here that trust your gut more. It's going to be very, very helpful. And if you already don't have money, trust me, you're gonna come into great abundance. So it's just a matter of time. You just need to keep shining bright. Just keep doing what you're doing. I feel for a lot of y'all, feathers may be very synchronistic, so pay attention to that. Time, you know, angel numbers, things like that. You definitely have a lot of signs here, so pay attention to your signs that the universe, your ancestors, your spirit guides, angels are trying to give you here. And yeah, you have a lot of depth, you know. I don't even feel you're trying to hide things from people, you know. And I think you have a great understanding that not everyone can meet you at that certain depth that you meet yourself, you know. The kind of honesty that you have with yourself, most people don't have it with themselves, you know. So be protective about your energy here. That's very, very important, you know. And like I said, you know, you do understand that less is more, you know. And I feel that may even translate into your dressing. For a lot of y'all, I feel you have very, very like pretty eyes. I'm hearing eyes like stars, you know. So you definitely have that. You definitely have that twinkle in your eyes, so to speak. Pull some oracle. What makes my pile number 2s hot? Okay, maybe there are too many, but we'll see. We have the seed, the nectar, medallion, bardo, the eternal child, vision, wow, dead end, and hunter. Okay, we'll read all of them. So you're a great manifestors, pile number 2. And I'm not saying that you don't work hard for what you get. You very, very much work hard, but you're also very, very rewarded. You're very, very blessed. So I feel you should go crazy with your gratitude journaling. You know, please maintain a gratitude journal. It will help you manifest better. And you're very loyal. You're very loyal. You know, with the medallion and the vow, I'm getting, it's almost like you don't even want to hurt your enemies here, so to speak, you know, because I think you have this beautiful understanding that, you know, everyone at the end of the day is one, and you have this beautiful ability to not take things personally. And I feel a lot of y'all were bullied. I feel a lot of y'all were bullied when you were kids, and you almost have developed the superpower of knowing how to deal with a bully, you know, and it is by not giving them attention or giving them the energy. And I feel that is what I'm getting here, you know, with the medallion and the vow card. You're very loyal to a fault. You know, you very much could be a Taurus, or you could have any of the Taurus placements, but you know, you definitely have like a very strong ride or die energy. And I was saying, you know, you're very happy. You're very happy no matter what happens in your life, and you don't even try, you know, it's just who you are. You are just this beautiful beaming light in people's life, you know, and I don't even think you realize this, you know. And if you're taken, you know, your partner is very lucky to have you. They're very lucky to have you. And like yes, you know, we have the dead end, bardo and hunter, and we have the vision. So you're definitely very guided. You're very divine, you know, even if you're not overtly spiritual or occult, you know, you definitely have the hand of God protecting you, guiding you, giving you the nudges you need. You know, we were speaking about gut feelings before, so it's high time you start listening to your own gut, you know. And we have the hunter and vision, so, and we have the dead end. So, you know, you don't stay stuck very long. You take an L and you keep it moving. You know, you're not the one who's gonna be hung up and stuck up in their feelings like 5 years down the line of like breaking up with someone, for example. You know, you go through your sorrow, you go through your grief, and you keep it moving. You know, you purge it out of your system, and you come back to the seed state here, so to speak. You know, and that is very attractive and irresistible and hot to other people. You know, people from the outside who can sort of see this about you. Yeah, so you don't stay down very long, and your spirit guides also don't let you stay down very long. You know, I feel a lot of you are maybe seeing owls, so pay attention to that. You know, birds are very important if you watch my channel. And you know, you embody this hunter archetype, even though you may be soft on the inside. You know, you are a go-getter. Nothing can stop you. You know, the only person who can truly stop you here, pile number 2, is you. You know, you have so much energy. You know, that's what I'm even getting from the seed card. You know, everything sort of, the tree sort of pre-exists in the seed, right? Even though it goes through transformation, it is still all present there. You know, so you definitely have the whole world within you, and you're very laid back despite all your overachievements. You know, you take your time, you smell the roses, and you know how to chill, you know. And I feel your partners find that very attractive about you, because let me tell you, a lot of people just don't know how to chill here, you know. So you're very guided. You definitely have the vision. You definitely have the vision. You know where you're going. Pay attention to your gut, you know. So don't be fooled. Don't be fooled by anyone. And I think the biggest test for you will be to keep believing in your truth even when people gaslight you, you know. Anything I missed here? What makes pile number 2's hot? What makes pile number 2's hot? Okay, so I don't know these card names, forgive me, but we have 25 and 42. So what I'm getting here is there are a lot of people who want to meet you alone. There are a lot of people who want to meet you secretly, so to speak. You know, and what I'm also getting with that card is it's almost like people would be ready to risk their 5-year relationship to be with you. You know, just to see what it would be to be like be with you. You know, you have this beautiful irresistible energy. You know, you are like the sun in people's life. And yeah, I'm also picking up a lot of jealousy, because you have a lot of options. Pile number 2, you have a lot of options when it comes to love, and I feel you have more options than you realize. I feel a lot of people don't hit on you because they're too scared, they're too intimidated by your power, because they see what a go-getter you are, and how high your standards are for yourself. And yeah, I think a lot of people are just too much of a wuss and too much of a pussy to even shoot their shots at you, because they feel you already have like a lot of hotter people or something. But just know that this is about their own insecurity, and it doesn't reflect on your superficiality or something. If at all, you're very, very deep, and you're very, very divine here. And yeah, but there are definitely people who want to sort of meet you alone in the woods, so take that how it resonates. Yeah, so that's all I have for pile number 2. Again, it's a general reading. Take what resonates, leave the rest. And if you like my style of reading, please like the video, share, subscribe, comment, hit the notification bell. And if you would like to reach out for a private reading, my email ID and my Instagram handle are given in the description box below, so you can definitely reach out on my Instagram or my email for private readings. And I'll see you guys in your next reading. Thank you. Hello, pile number 3. If you chose Tarot of the Divine Masculine, this is going to be a reading on what makes you hot and irresistible. So we are asking angels, ancestors, spirit guides, please help me tap into what makes my pile number 3s hot and irresistible. What makes my too many cards. Okay, so we have pile number 3. We have 9 of Wands, 2 of Pentacles, the Protector, which is the Empress in this deck, Page of Swords, Knight of Wands, 8 of Pentacles, Keeper of Swords, which is Queen of Swords, and we have Queen of Wands, 3 of Pentacles, and Fool. So, a lot of messages here. Okay, first let's start with 9 of Wands. You don't mind holding down your ground. You're not afraid of being alone, pile number 3. You're not afraid of being alone at all. You very much can stand on your own and your own power. And you're not someone who needs like 5 people all the time to like validate them. And people find this extremely attractive about you. People find this irresistibly hot about you. Just your ability to stand your ground no matter what. Even if you have forces stronger than you against you, and you're right, and you're honest, you're not going to budge. And this fierce stubbornness about you makes you ultra hot to people. And despite this, you're not a very selfish human being. Despite this, you have this great compassion and ability to understand and sense things and sense other people. You're very great at balancing things out, so you wouldn't be like by that what I mean is it's never painful to hang out with. It's very painful to hang out with a lot of people sometimes. They just cannot get off their high horse. But I'm getting here that despite all your achievements, pile number 3, you're very humble, and you would accommodate your parents, your friends, your boyfriend, your girlfriend, everything in a day, and you're the kind of person who can make everyone happy, and you do that very effortlessly. I'm picking up very strong Virgo energy, or you could have any of the Virgo strong placements here, and it is your ability to be of service to people that makes you very, very hot and attractive. And let's talk about the physical, you know. I think you're physically very hot. You're physically very, very irresistibly hot. I think a lot of people fantasize about you because we have the Empress and we have the Queen of Wands. You know, so the Queen of Wands is someone who's very conventionally attractive to everyone. Or, you know, even if you're not conventionally attractive, you have this enigma and aura about you that just magnetizes people to you. You know, people just cannot, like if you went to a party, you know, you can in your peripheral vision, you can notice that people are like noticing you. You know, if you're just going to the mall to buy something, you can notice the boys and the girls just like sort of looking at you. You know, you have this very natural magnetic energy about you. Your second chakra is very, very active, and I feel a lot of y'all in pile number 3, you're not afraid of expressing yourself, and you're not afraid of expressing your sexuality here. You have a great, I'm seeing a lot of orange, you know, so you have a beautiful understanding about how fluid your sexuality can be, and how you can sort of empower yourself, you know, with your sexuality, you know, like you're not afraid of flaunting what God has given you here, so to speak. And despite your very, you know, I feel if you're a boy, you know, you're very handsome, and if you're a girl, you're like, you know, a total babe, you know, like guys just want to like get you off the market here, so to speak. But, you know, despite all your good looks, you know, you're a great communicator, you're very witty, you're very sharp, you know, you're not afraid of putting someone in their place if the need be. You know, we have the Queen of Swords, so you're not even afraid of cutting people out. You know, you don't suffer fools easily, and you shouldn't. You know, you never should. So people definitely see this about you, you know, and it's almost like, you know, if you want to come at pile 3, better come correct, you know, because, you know, she's just gonna like savagely destroy you, or he's just gonna savagely destroy you just with words. You know, you hold that much power, pile number 3. I just want you to know that, you know, people are just intimidated when you open your mouth here, so to speak. And despite that, you know, you're not someone who's afraid of anything. You know, you set the boundary for yourself, and you're a diligent hard worker. You're a very diligent hard worker. I'm picking up a lot of earth energy: Taurus, Scorpio, Capricorn, Virgo, Gemini, even Libra. So you're very, very hardworking. You're very, very diligent with whatever you do. You know, and if you haven't already mastered what you're doing, you're very, very close to mastering what you're meant to master here. So don't give up, is what Spirit is saying. And I feel a lot of y'all may feel you don't always have the energy, but just ask for energy and it'll be given to you, because you're meant to go into places that people are afraid of treading. You know, I feel a lot of y'all are trailblazers here, even if you don't see yourself like that. So I think it's high time you start seeing yourself for who you are, pile number 3, because the amount of guts you have, the amount of balls you have, it makes you irresistibly hot, you know. So you're not afraid. I feel a lot of y'all stand up, you know. I feel a lot of y'all would not be okay with injustice in front of your eyes, you know. I feel a lot of y'all maybe like, I feel a lot of y'all even maybe activists of some kind, you know. Or even if you're not, you definitely have this very activist energy about you. You know, you have this very sharp, clear-cut, honest, but truthful and passionate way about communicating, speaking, and going about things. You know, you're not deceptive, sneaky at all. You know, what you see is what you get with you. There's zero catfish here. And I feel a lot of y'all have a pet cat or something, or a lot of y'all love cats, lions, tigers, something, or ducks, you know. But a lot of felines on this. Or you may even have a pet of some kind. You may have a dog or something, or you love birds. But know that you're very, very protected. You're very, very guided. Pay attention to birds. Pay attention to whatever animal you like. You know, I feel a lot of y'all may be seeing an animal just on your phone scrolling, for example. Know that it is a sign that you're protected, and not just protected, it's a sign telling you something. You know, your spirit guides are trying to communicate with you right now, very heavily. They're guiding you to where you need to be. And I feel a lot of y'all are at the verge of making it on your own. And what Spirit is saying here is to continue co-creating with Spirit, you know. You definitely have your angels very, very close to you. They're guiding you. And they're also doing all the work that needs to be done behind the scenes to give you your new beginning, you know. And you're not fazed by what you've been through ever, you know. Like, if people looked at you, they wouldn't be able to say that, you know, that you went through something like what you went through. And my heart really goes out to you because I can really feel your tenacity and your strength, you know. And you will be rewarded very, very soon if you aren't already, you know. So you're definitely coming into a new chapter in your life. And you just have this very beautiful lightheartedness about you. You know, it's just so captivating and attractive and magnetizing that people just cannot get enough of you, pile number 3. People can really not get enough of you here, you know. And I feel a lot of people even put you on a pedestal here, you know. And I don't think you always want to be put on a pedestal, but that's just how it is, because yeah, that's just how it is, really. So, you know, don't take it personally when people put you on a pedestal, because I feel you're very misunderstood, you know. People just sort of gauge you at your face value. You know, I feel a lot of people think you're very dumb because of just how attractive you are physically. But, you know, they soon find out that is not the case. You know, there's so much more to you than what meets the eye. Yeah. Put some oracle. Yeah, we have the king archetype, of course. So, and like I was saying, you know, the symbolism on this card, it's very much that, you know, we have a lot of orange, and, you know, he's sort of holding the pearl in between his middle finger and his index finger. And what that means is, you know, you have a great ability. Firstly, you're a great manifestors, and you're meant to be leaders here, and that is also what makes you very, very hot and attractive. You're meant to trailblaze. You're meant to do things that people have never done, so to speak here, you know. And I feel a lot of y'all don't even see yourself like leaders. I feel a lot of y'all just want to get through the day, but just know that you will be doing, you will not just be serving yourself and your greatest potential by stepping into the leadership role that you're meant to step into, but you will truly be able to help other people, because, like I was saying, you know, you are very divinely guided. You're very, very divine. I feel a lot of y'all are great channelers, you know. So you know, you have a very compassionate way of leading. You know, I feel you may not even be the official leader or the manager in the place, but people will still come to you for advice, and take that as a sign that, you know, you will just automatically know the right things to say to people that need your help here, because you are very, very divinely guided. And like I was saying, you know, you have this very laid back energy, and you need to maintain your laid back energy even when you're ruling, because the right king who's on the right side of justice, who's on the right side of things, will never be insecure, will never be arrogant, will never be a hater or a tyrannical leader, just because he understands that his power comes from divinity. And I feel that is very much the case with y'all here, pie number 3. Your power comes from divinity here. You know, you're meant to rule. You're meant to have some sort of leadership position in your life here. You're not meant to work for other people. So if you're working for someone right now, you better find a way to do your own thing, because you're not meant to be a 9-to-5 person. I'll just be very real. You know, you're meant to do your own thing. So if you haven't already figured it out, take your time and figure it out, because that's where your true destiny and your potential lies. And I feel you've had a glow up recently, but when you start following your North Node, and when you start answering the call to your destiny, you're just going to be the hottest person on the block here, by number 3. That's what I'm getting. And you will always be able to rule and co-create with the universe. You know, you will never feel threatened and you will never feel threatened in your power, because you understand where it comes from, and you understand that it comes from a higher source, you know. So I feel a lot of y'all are very, very, very spiritual, or you're going to be very, very spiritual very, very soon. You know, if you're watching tarot videos, you're definitely very spiritual. So embrace your spirituality. I feel a lot of y'all may be into occult, so start studying that. Any additional messages? Remember something, Spirit? Too many cards. So you have card number 14 and 27, and what I'm getting here with this is, you may have, I feel a lot of y'all may have a very dark aesthetic. Again, not everyone, but I feel a lot of y'all may have a very gothic aesthetic, and people find that very irresistible about you. And, or if you don't have a gothic aesthetic, I feel you have always been very, very, very misunderstood. I feel you have been blamed, you have been bullied. You know, you have been put into situations that you shouldn't have been put into, you know. I feel you've dealt with stalkers, and just the whole array of nonsense that you can imagine, and all that has only made you strong and meant to sort of push you in your leadership position. And just know that if people have hurt you, they're definitely getting the karma, and it's not nice, you know. They're definitely messing with the wrong people. But yeah, people definitely see you as someone who doesn't take anyone's crap, you know. You definitely are a person of integrity, and you maintain that for yourself, and you maintain integrity for others, you know. For others, I'm picking up a very dark Lilith vibe, you know. I feel you have a very witchy aesthetic, like I was saying, you know. So take what resonates. But people are definitely in their feelings about you, you know. I feel your exes are not over you, you know. Your exes are far from being over you, and you know, any of your ex, you know, if you would really take them back, they would have you in a second. But you know, like I was saying, you're very quick to move on. So I think you could care less about how many people are just drowning in their feelings for you. And I don't even think you know this, you know, but there are a lot of people here who are just drowning in their misery because they just couldn't be on your level here, so to speak. Just being honest. Yeah, so that's all I have. Again, pile number 3 is such a general reading. Take what resonates, leave the rest. And if you like my style of reading, please like the video, share, subscribe, comment, hit the notification bell. And if you want to reach out for a private reading, my email ID and my Instagram handle is given in the description box below. So you can definitely reach out on my email or my Instagram for a private reading. And I'll see you guys in the next reading. Thank you.